Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, we all have that inner Picasso, and today we have Corinne from Yellow Door Art Studio to show us how to paint a perfect picture. I'm very excited then to get into just the craft of painting. I haven't painted since my high school days. So where does one start when it comes to just creating a masterpiece?
I think a lot of the times people look at a masterpiece and they think it's so complicated to get there.
Yeah.
And the important thing is just to break it down. You can break it down into basic shapes, start from the back and work your way to the front, and then it's really not that intimidating. These are actually perfect because you can do these with the basic colors, your primary colors, which is blue, yellow, red, black and white, which most people have at home somewhere, whether it's in the kids' crates or wherever. And they go nicely in any room.
I love that. Okay, so let's get painting.
At the back, we're going to start with a very pale blue. With pale blue, we go a little bit of black and a lot of blue. And then you get a basic grayish color. And you are just going to paint the whole background of your painting.
Okay, stunning. As you paint that background, I want to find out a little bit more about Yellow Door. I mean, how did the concept of this incredible art studio come to be?
Actually, the Yellow Door came about with just a combination of random acts and things happening. I used to be part of a creative group. We were about 4 women, and at the time we were doing scrapbooking. And the women once asked me to give them a class in scrapbooking. That's how the class started. I also love children, and then I asked a couple of parents with children the same age as my own if they would mind me teaching their kids some art. So a couple of months later, that's how the class started, with 3 kids, which one of them were my daughter.
I love that, keeping it in the family. So then what does just painting mean to you? A lot of people use painting and art as a form of therapy.
Painting to me is absolutely getting lost. You don't know what time it is. You sit down, you start painting, and the next thing you know, the kids are home from school or it's supper time. And there's no rules. Anyone can be a painter. You pick your color, you pick something you like, and you just sit and create the whole day.
I know that you also put together painting classes, painting parties, but for some people that are online who might not be based in Cape Town, what kind of offering do you have for them?
Well, I don't actually do Zoom meetings. I'm not very good on screen, and I feel very intimidated. So what we offer is actually a digital class where you get a 10 step-by-step instructions are written, you've got photos, and you receive it via WhatsApp, so you can complete your painting in your own time, at your own pace, in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to be in an online meeting and finish with the rest of the people.
I love that. Okay, so essentially you've thought of a little bit of something for everybody here, as long as we're able just to create. I love the fact as well about art and painting is that it gets you out of your mind and it gets you into your body, and you just kind of, as you say, get lost in time.
Oh, absolutely.
Painting. Okay, so you've got your background done and dusted. I want to move on to the bottom half of this painting because, honey, if I look at those vases that we have behind me, the accuracy that you've got going on is just something to marvel, and I want to see how you create that.
Just the vase?
Yeah, well, the vase, I guess we can go as far as possible.
Okay,
I'll let you go as far as
vase.
possible.
So with a vase, you can absolutely choose any shape you want. You can have one that looks more like that, or in our case, we did a round one with a couple of feet. So we always want to cover the canvas in a basic color, and because our vase is white and blue, we are going to start with the white. So we're just going to cover the entire vase with white paint, and then we're slowly going to start adding some bright blue to the sides, just to give your vase some depth.
Wow.
And a big trick is when painting, if you've got too much paint on the canvas all at the same time, is just wipe your brush, no water needed, and it will actually start picking up some of the paint that you've left there already.
And that also continues to help with the depth, making sure that when you do look at your picture, it gives a bit of a 3D feel.
Absolutely, completely right.
Beautiful. I mean, I can already see the joy is smiling from ear to ear, Corinne. I love the fact that you just love painting so much. But then what does teaching do for you?
I think, well, I love children, number one. And my children are starting to grow up, and if I could have another 5 of my own, I would. But teaching children, I just love their innocence. I love the fact that there's no boundaries for them. They still explore with color without fear. They want to draw red trees and purple elephants, and there's no one stopping them in art class. And with adults, I think a lot of people forget that they used to once own a box of colorful crayons, and they get into the real world. So when we have adult classes, and at the end of your 3-hour evening, the guys step back and they go, wow, I've actually created this. I didn't know I could. That feeling is worth 1,000 words. Oh, absolutely.
Well, in this moment, I also want to get into that feeling. So, Karin, if I can just ask, let's swap places.
Of course.
Let's swap places. Let me get behind the brush and also try a little 1-2-1-2. I mean, I did wear an apron for a reason, Mzansi. So I want to get into the detail of just creating this magic, okay? I don't even know where to start. Is there right and wrong?
Not really. There's an easy and a difficult, and we like to keep things easy.
Okay.
So we've done the background, and now we're going to put the flowers on top. So your flowers, you're going to do on the top quarter of your canvas, and your flowers is basically going to be a figure 8. Okay. So if you want to make 2 circles.
With the same brush?
With the same brush.
Any color?
Let's work with white. It might still have a little bit of blue on it, but that we can correct later.
Okay, so I'm right-handed.
That's fine.
So I'm just going to do this.
So about the size of a 5-rand coin, you're going to make 1 circle.
Mzansi.
Just a round circle. No, that's perfect. See, let go. Make another circle next to it.
Okay. Mzansi, I'm having so much fun, and I'll be continuing this painting as the show continues. I mean, I'm having so much fun here, getting back into my creative side, almost feeling like I'm back in high school. But please do join in on all of this painting action online. Let us know if you're much of an artist yourself, and we'll be revealing my masterpiece a little bit later on in the show.